How you guys doing today? Let's get a look at some colorful nukes and some standard nukes. Basically, I want to show off this green one. I don't know if I've ever done a full-on green nuke. I think it'd come out great. What a better platform to put it on than the 801. I am absolutely going to have to pick one of these up. They are an awesome flipper. Check out how smooth that blade is. It just like falls with no blade play at all. So I'm sure some of you guys are following me on Instagram. If you're not, go ahead and check me out at least. Hopefully you'll follow. It's JohnsonKnives, and I show off some of the inner workings of how I do these knives and some of the details that you really don't get to see in a video. I should edit a video together and bring you guys all on the process of how it's done and all that, but how I protect all your inner workings here, your lock face, your stop pin, all that's factory, right? So even the detent rides on the factory finish inside there. So it's nice and smooth, just like it was when it comes here. I don't mess with your lockup, anything like that. I'm sure most of you guys know that by now, but I always just kind of say it because I don't know who's watching these videos. It could be somebody's first time even seeing this, or so I just feel like it's necessary to go over because I take a lot of time. Your barrels and everything on your screws, like when I do a Sebenza, all of that is factory inside. So everything that I blast is like literally just the head, you know, just the stuff that you see. So anyways, enough about that. These are the full nuke treatment on all of these that I'm going to show you. Want to show off that green. Again, I always say that too. My light's kind of blowing out these colors. At least it is on the monitor. My video camera monitor here. They're not the greatest, so it may be showing a little more green than it is to my eye right now. Full nuke treatment is all blasted hardware, blasted clip, and I don't know if we're going to be able to see it. Can you see under that clip? I even keep the factory finish underneath the clip. Maybe you can see that line right here. Should have brought a flashlight to shine underneath there. That way it's all blasted from the outside appearance, but when it clips in your pocket, it's not on blasted hardware. It's on that factory finish underneath there. So it's one of the small details that matters when you're sliding it in and out of your pocket, right? I figure why not? It doesn't take any extra time really. Might as well just do it right. All blasted standoffs here. Acid stone wash, and then put a nice sharp edge back on it. I'm just going to go ahead and say this. From me sharpening plenty of these by now, I feel like any of the issues that LMAX used to have from ZT has all been solved. And I haven't heard many complaints from guys who are actually out there using their LMAX from ZT now. Chime in below, let us know what you guys think about the ZT LMAX now, like the newer runs, like maybe from 3 months ago forward. I feel like they've solved everything. But anyways, I'm just saying that because when I sharpen this it doesn't get sharp super fast, so it's not like a blown heat treat on the edge. They sharpen up just like any other nicely done heat treated steel that I've worked with, and I don't want to brag, but I have a lot of experience sharpening knives of all kinds, productions, customs, and I don't see any difference when I do their recent runs of LMAX. Just gonna say that. So I've also been working really hard at taking off all the factory markings on the blade just to get them as sterile as possible. I always think that's a good idea, especially on these ZTs when they put it all over the knife. I think that's classy. I mean, personally, That's enough for me. I know it's a 0 tolerance. I don't need to see it 100 times. Come all off the clip and everything like that. That green. I am a sucker for green. Alright, let's move on. I love this. ZT-801 in the green nuke. And let's show off a blue double nuke. So this goes back in. It is done the exact same way a nuke finish is, being that it's anodized and then stonewashed. But I dip it back in the bath and I re-anodize it. And it gives this really rough, beat up look, but there's no like titanium showing through. I like them both. It's just a little bit of a different look. Anyways, this is the Sage 2, the all titanium version. I'm sure a lot of you guys have these in your collections. I'm getting a little hoarse. Let me get some water. We're just hanging out, right? Deer Park. Good stuff. Never thought I'd be buying bottled water, but that's all we drink now. Imagine that. When it first came out, I was like, what are they going to do? Sell air next? Hee hee hee. But now they actually do in oxygen bars. Anyways, funny stuff. This one is probably going to be for sale. Showing off the blue nuke here. If you guys watch this video even a few days after it's posted, chances are it's probably gone. It's not cheap. The full nuke treatment is not cheap. I don't want to quote any prices on the video here. Not cheap, but I don't think it's super expensive. You can see a lot of guys opt for it. And these two I'm going to show you next. I take great care in all the processes I use to nuke your knife, so I keep all your action. We already discussed that, right? So it's a lot of work. It's not just simply anodizing it and stonewashing it and acid stonewashing the blade. I wish it was that easy, but it's not. Not how I do it. I reblast all of your stuff back to factory. That way you get a nice anodize. Because a lot of people don't know, but your titanium will oxidize. And it makes it hard for a color to grab onto it consistently. And some guys use multi-etch. I use multi-etch as well. And that's how I get these brighter colors. But I also blast it, so it's a nice fresh surface. So for me, I found the best way. And hopefully this is some tips for some of you guys if you're getting started. Freshly blasted titanium, and then I bring it directly inside and I go inside some warm multi-etch and then I anodize it. And that's why, if you guys wonder, my colors are pretty consistent. And yes, I have to blast your knives. So it really doesn't matter if it's a brand new knife. If I get a brand new knife from Chris Reeve, which I've got plenty sent to me, I still take it all apart and I blast it. That way, if Chris Reeve puts any kind of oil on it, if the owner handled it at all and got some oils on it, sometimes multi-etch just will not get you that consistent color. But blasting will, because you're completely, cleaning the surface. Anyways, probably talking too long on this one, but hopefully some people find it interesting. This is the blue double nuked stonewash, acid stonewash on the blade. Rounded the spine. Carbonized the lock face. And then did the full double nuke. Even blasted the clip here. Blasted standoffs. This one might be for sale. If it is, I'll post it below. Again, if you're watching this video, probably even a few days after I let it go live, there's a good chance it's already gone. But you can always send me an email at JohnsonKnives. And again, I'm still taking on refinishing work like this. So just send me an email, JohnsonKnives@gmail.com. YouTube messages are impossible to deal with. I don't even check them anymore. And usually a direct message on Instagram is not that great either. Because there's sometimes I'm in the shop, and to finalize your project, I'll pull my phone out of my pocket and I'll check Gmail and I'll go through our nicely put together string of emails and I can keep everything in order. Also, if you guys are sending in a knife, it is nice to include a note with your return address, with your phone number and stuff like that. That way if there's any issues for anything, I can just give you a call you know. And I know where to send it back to and everything, so anyways. While I'm ranting and raving about that, if you guys are sending a knife in, send it however you feel comfortable. But if it was my choice, I do not like the factory boxes and stuff. I'd rather have the knife just in a Ziploc bag or wrapped up in a few more like grocery store bags or something like that. Because sometimes those boxes are a little hard to keep up with and all that. But if you feel comfortable sending it in that box, go ahead. I'm not telling you to not. But just so you know, it's easiest for me to deal with without any factory packaging. So that's it. Let me know what you guys think about the blue double nuke. I think we did this one on the Techno, maybe a different voltage of blue. This will not fingerprint. This is the color blue. It will be forever. I offer free refurbs on all my work. I'm going to show you what a refurbished blade looks like from a repeat customer. I love their clients. Let's call it a client, not a customer. Actually, let's call them a friend, because I get to know all of you guys through our string of emails, and sometimes we go off topic a little bit, and I love it. That's not the main reason I do it, but it's a nice thing that comes along with it, is getting to know everybody. So this was from a friend here. He sent it in, his Insingo, to be nuked, and I always offer free refurbishes on all my work. Even if it's just a sharpening, even if you accidentally messed up your lanyard and you want me to tie a new lanyard on, I have no problem at all just sharpening your knife and putting a new lanyard on. I have no problem at all redoing your acid stonewash or re-anodizing it, anything. Just let me know. So he sent in this just for a blade refurbish. You can see the scales. They're a nuked finish, right? You're not going to mess that up at all. So this was one that you guys may have already seen on video. I don't know. I don't put all the nukes on video anymore because I don't want to bore anybody. But we also, not that the nuke finish is boring. I love this finish. But I don't want to show the same thing over and over again to you guys. I understand that. So we went ahead and did his 21 as well. I love that. That's such a compliment that somebody liked their first project so much that they had to get in touch with me and get another one done. Even if it's something different. I mean, I thank you guys. That's awesome. It really is. Nice smooth action. We've already discussed all that. I don't want to flick somebody else's Sebenza, but you certainly could. There's a nice little light one. Hopefully that didn't void your warranty. Speaking of that, I had a few messages on Instagram, and this has come up in the past. Does the nuke finish void your warranty? I don't know for sure, okay? But I can almost absolutely say it does, even though I take great care to protect all of your locking surfaces, all of your contact surfaces in your action, all your detent, so everything rides like factory. But I can only imagine if Chris Reeve does not want you flicking his knives, I would imagine that completely reblasting everything, no matter how careful you are, anodizing, stonewashing, the acid stonewash, I can almost guarantee you it does void your warranty. Now, that doesn't mean they won't work on it, but they may charge you for it. So I don't know. That issue hasn't come up. Not with any of the nukes. I've been doing them for, what, a year and a half now? Something like that. It's been a long time. But anyways, if there is any issues, get in touch with me if you have some of my work. And again, like I said, I back everything up. I do my best on absolutely everything I do. I mean, even if it's, you know, doing my job, my real job. I do everything the best I can. So any issues, any problems, hopefully I can take care of it for you. Here's another birch. I didn't mean to flick this out so hard, but it's got such a nice smooth action on it, and the detent is set just right. It's nice and snappy. The blade has some weight to it, so these things are really, really addicting to flip open and play with. This is the Birch Mid-Tech. In the double nuked finish. We've already talked about that. He wanted it more on the browner side of bronze. Again, in some light, you can see some of that lighter stonewashing coming through, some of the distressing around all these edges. This video in my lighting does not show the full potential of these knives. I should really send some of my work to somebody who really knows what they're doing. Jim Skeleton, yeah? Let me know, buddy. And get some nice HD lighting, nice HD camera. This is HD, but my lighting is not the best, so I wish I could really show you guys how these look. But hopefully you get a general idea of what we're doing here. Birch Mid-Tack. A lot like the other one I did the other week, which is nothing wrong with that. They're awesome. And again, I think he offers a finish real close to this on his customs. Anyways, all blasted hardware. Full nuke treatment is all blasted hardware. Acid stonewash blade, and usually, well, not usually, always anodized titanium that's been distressed. So, stonewashed, but it's not quite that easy. I don't just stonewash them, but that is one of the processes that goes on. What a great knife. These are fun knives. Let's get a look at that edge. I've held you guys for too long. Almost 20 minutes, 16 minutes. I don't know. Just hanging out. I appreciate it, guys. All the views matter. I keep an eye on all the comments. I can't always get back with you, but I try. There's just so much between the email, my personal life, real work, the kids, keeping up with homework, and my kids are in sports, so they do all the baseball games. Sometimes baseball games are 4 games a week. You guys know who have kids. It's hectic, so I answer emails before I go answering YouTube comments. You know, it's just try to keep up with everything, but certainly there's not enough time in the day. I'm sure everybody feels like that. Birch Mid-Tack. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for checking out our colorful selection of nukes tonight. Again, this sage might be for sale down below. Not going to be cheap, but there is a lot of work. It's got the spine rounded, so on top of the full nuke treatment, it's got the spine rounded, and the lock has been carbidized, which they are not carbidized from Spyderco. So that lockup should stay right there forever. And nice and centered blade. When I do these, all of them, I also polish your washers. So why not? The knife's already apart. Why not polish them up? So that's it, guys. Have a great day. See you on the next one.